Hello everyone and welcome back. Sorry, we've been a little bit late. The 4th of July fireworks going off everywhere. We had a party not too far from my house. Well, I wasn't there, but they were letting off fireworks. I went to record late at night like I normally do, and they were just going off everywhere. You could hear through the mic, so I wasn't really able to record to upload a video yesterday, I think. So a little bit late on this one, but we are playing some 4-color. I made a couple changes. The main change is I cut Chrome Shark. I added 2 dissipates to be able to hard answer things and a second memory deluge to be able to put cards in my hand when I need it. I never felt short of win cons when I played the deck for the first time, and I didn't feel short of win cons here either. So we're going to get into games and see how they end up going. I hope you enjoy them. Our opponent goes first. Our hand's a little tough. I think we can keep it though. We have, when you're missing a red source, yeah, missing a red source, which Herd Migration can obviously get that. We can lead in with a Fiend's Tower. We're mainly a blue-white deck, so both these lands are fine. Actually, we have to do as far as Headquarter if we want to play the Herd Migration. Well, we'll play Spars. Then we can play our planes. Like mono black control could favor us, I would imagine. Get to cycle a Herd Migration, grab a mountain, play a restoration here. Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. A little annoying to deal with, but not too bad. It doesn't ever feel awful to deal with, considering you're going to lose the 3 life anyway. When it comes to Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, if you target it or if it hits you, you actually just prevent the lifelink the other way. But I'm going to take the time to get this restoration down. Grab a plains, and then we can go ahead and try to ramp a little bit here. The Shieldred, also Shieldred probably a little bit worse for us to have to deal with. Upkeep. And binding the Shieldred, preserve our life total. Make this spear going to be a really nice find. We'll discard a Rafine's Tower. We'll bring back the Rafine's Tower, play a basic plains, and now we have a Make This Spear held up. Make This Spear being an incredibly good draw there. I just realized their name is Dork Ritual instead of Dark Ritual, and that's really funny. That's actually really funny. I love that they've committed to being like the mono black deck. They have like the swamp sleeves on and playing swamps, and instead of Dark Ritual, it's Dork. I assume Dark Ritual was taken. We can go ahead and lay down arms. Just Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. It has Menace, so we can't even block it here. I'll take another 3 life off this. We have the counter spells, but we want. Could Wandering Emperor it. And Blaster is just going to get put on 3, or attempted to. 2 or 3. If they get it all the way up to 6, hopefully we find another answer to Shieldred by then. In which we're also probably fine with it, because that means they haven't played another Shieldred at that point. What happens here? The swamp. Infernal Grasp on our... We're fine with that. We get to make creatures with Wandering Emperor anyway. Don't want to fight over something we don't really need to. Emperor coming down. Basically just want to hit lands, connect into our Atraxa. We have plains, we have a forest, we have the island, or some other combination of that. We need one more source that can basically play Atraxa. What is your plan? Gonna remove it? March. I don't know what March does. Big, kind of a mistake there, but they were covering the fact that I could plus it. But if you were able to get it to 4, you should probably just wait to see what I do anyway, because they got rid of a cut down for free, which cut down could now have removed token in play. A slight mistake there for sure. What happens? Have an answer for our ley line bind. Cut down. That's gonna happen. Another swamp. Last one can get put up by 2 here. If I want to fire this off, it leaves me hands down if I don't find an island, but it's very possible that I also find a triome. I think I just have to pass again. Of course, we'd like to fire this off and grab 2 lands and play one, and then play one next turn and have the attraction in play, but if we happen to miss, it feels much worse. And they're working on getting their blast zone all the way up for leyline binding to pop it. That's what their plan is. Read or lose. An atom. Here we only find 1 land. Take this and we'll take memory to lose. From the fact that we have the counter spells, we just don't really have the blue. Play Jetmir's Garden. Please don't use our blue mana. We have to use the green. Yeah, we don't have another green. Oh, Courier's Briefcase coming down. Have to be very mindful of that when it comes to this make disappear. Zone is now up to 6. If they pop it next turn, it's going to take 4 mana. So they're basically just casting another Shieldred at that point. Kind of weird to think about, but it'll be fine. Pop it. I have to. Is the play here. We'll draw. Find a plane. Feeling pretty good. Play my Atraxa. Looking for another leyline binding. Not gonna waste any time. They're gonna answer the Atraxa now. Oh. I can grab a Laydown Arms and answer their threat permanently. Grab a Leyline Binding. Grab a Boseiju because we can blow up their blast zone if we need it. How about make disappear? I have the plain one. Yeah, I have the plain. Sure. Do that, and I will go ahead and answer this permanently this time around. I guess attack. Could have held it back for maybe a Tenacious Underdog, but not too sure we have to really worry about that at this point. Gain 1 life, gain 1 life, lose 1 life. Okay. Not the best play in the entire world. Not that they had a chance to really make any other play. It's just more or less not the strongest card they could have drawn in play, is more or less what I was implying. Play another Atraxa. Want to ensure I hit my land drops. Counters on Blast Zone. I think this might be their answer. Grab Invasion. Grab this. The Briefcase pretty much guard potentially, and the Emperor. You have options. Back. So I want to get rid of here. Cut down. In turn, how many do I have to discard? 4? Yeah. This point, it probably could be a make this here. Beans Tower. Wandering Emperor doesn't seem like it's going to be that great. Courier's Briefcase is not going to be that great either. Also, a couple of the things that we discarded was intent if we find a restoration. Minganjo. They find an answer. They do find an answer. think they have the board wipe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do this for. I want to do it 4, I think. Then I get to hold up and make this appear. An invasion. Could have maybe done it for 1 more because I have a ley line binding. Comes down. We're gonna make four U2s. Put a counter on Blast Zone. They're trying to get it to play around leyline binding. But a card with X in its converted mana cost. This is a 2 mana permanent. We'll say have Menace. It has Menace itself. X command 1/1 destroy each creature with mana value 2 or less. Okay. I have the Make Disappear. And we get a concede. We have 5 more cards in hand. Our board stays impressive. Our creatures have vigilance, so we'll be able to hit this and then actually tuck this away if we want to. If we don't want to just lay down arms it or something. So and it goes first. Okay. Missing black as our last mana source for the leyline binding. Make Disappear. We can have up on 2 if we need it. But we probably want to start off with Jetmir's Garden. I think we want to start off with Sparas. If we draw our 3 mana counter spell. What again? Actually, well. Now we're going to play a Rafine's Tower. Rafine's Tower into Jetmir Garden has leyline binding down to 1 mana. Get swamped. I don't know what that creature does. Can't be blocked. When it dies, return to the battlefield, transform under your control, attach to target creature, planeswalker opponent. Strangling Grass. Enchanted creature on planeswalker and opponent controls. Beginning of the upkeep. Sacrifice an ally permanent, then the player loses 1 life. Oh, okay. Don't strangle me. A ninjutsu deck? That'd be really cool. Get in here. Blocks. Nothing from you? Okay. Leyline binding it. Want to do it now? We're going to want to play Make Disappear next turn. I want to play the Sparas Headquarter, I think. Underneath you go. Do I actually want to play the Sparas? I need multiple blue mana, so I do. I don't want to have to keep taking damage from my Yavimaya to do so. Also, this makes Atraxa 10 times easier to play, as we've found in the past that we've messed that one up a couple of times. Atraxa's been uncastable because we didn't have enough Triomes in play. Go ahead and counter that. Sky is pretty much a snap-off counter there. Not a whole lot of reasons to leave it around. We're also missing 1 more planes to make lay down arms able to deal with it. It's only when it dies. On our way to casting Atraxa too. I could be playing Takenuma. Obliterator, something else we have to watch out for, including Shieldred. The lay down arms can answer both of those. Gix command, return and put a counters on. They have to pick a, pretty much they had to pick a blank mode. Yeah. they messed up. They didn't pick it by accident. I don't know what happened, but they accidentally didn't pick. Yeah, sorry about that one, opponent. That's tough. Find a land, we find a briefcase. Play land, we'll play briefcase. That is tough. That is tough. Like one of the reasons they never say like concede a game, especially online. In paper, like that mistake never happens. But for example, like even in games like chess, if you've been watching chess anytime recently, they say never resign because in a time scramble they mess up. But here, find just misclicking through an interaction and us being a heavily beneficial factor of that. Can't block. Oh, so earlier I thought maybe they were playing ninjas because this can't block. I thought it can't be blocked, so they would attack and then ninjutsu this out because there are some ninjas available in the meta as we press forward here. I want to play this Beseiju down, and I want to cast the Atraxa not using my briefcase because I can sack the briefcase to draw cards. This. Yeah, we'll do that. Here's all my cards, and we have a Leyline Binding as well. Needed. Most likely have a removal spell for Atraxa. That's tough. That is tough. They attack. Of course, we're not going to block there. Combat. That's in the one. I did have an Emperor, but I assumed... I'm not going to lie. I didn't count. I just thought it was enough. I'm just going to pass. Yep. Now we have a Make Disappear available. They can answer this exactly, but we still end up getting through and winning. I just make disappearing, sacking our citizen, making them tap completely out for it, and then being that way. First, no blocks from us. This person also committed to the bet. We talked about it in game number 1, but Liliana. I feel a little bit bad. Kind of why I'm trying to get him out. They didn't want a shame scoop because I don't know. They wanted to sit there and take the punishment for messing up, I suppose. Gas guy combo? Oh man. Have they released all the Explorer? Or is it an Explorer anthology? I think so. Have they released it all? Man, if they gave us Just Guy Ascendancy, cause I don't think we have it yet. I'd be pretty pumped. Actually, just give me Lotus Field. I think that'd be sweet. I would love to play Lotus Field. I kind of kept his hand without really thinking about it, but thank God we have the mana for the Courier's Briefcase, because if not, we would be in trouble. Even though I could cycle the Herd Migration to get the white. I don't know. I was just talking about a deck, or Lotus Field, and I just started autopiloting, and that's not good. Especially for me, because my brain no work. We have to answer this now. We don't want them to untap with it. We want to stall for as long as we can until we get to play the Sunfall and eat their entire board. We'll also probably want to do the Herd Migration, although we do have it early. Next turn, we're not going to want a Sunfall. Nor are we going to need to. This is a conundrum. Do I want to play the Herd Migration? I don't think so. I think I want to hold it. Potentially cast it. Okay, now I want to play it. Now I want to cycle. They trade. It actually benefits us. But they choose not to. You can put a lot of counters on this. Enchantments is kind of bulked up in the recently, where they used to be wanting to play a super aggro plan, but now they've been kind of playing these other enchantments to kind of go a little bit more in the late game. Personally, I'm not a fan of it. It has to be discarded, and if it goes into exile, I actually can't cycle this anymore. So that was actually something to think about. I don't like the whole going bigger. Now that's just more or less because I think the aggro plan of what enchantments can do is so good. Going bigger is kind of like me. But I definitely understand it because it allows you just to ensure that you don't die to a board wipe, I suppose. Can definitely be an issue in that type of deck. Oh, let's go ahead and cycle one of these. What do we need to get? We need to get another. We get a white source, I suppose. I have one. Turn. Bit of a pause there. Play that out. Yes, I could have actually activated this if I would have went and got the black source. Because we have green, blue, black, white, and red. And I could have cracked this to draw 3 cards. We'll hold this back. Have a very good chance of popping off this next turn. We have Sunfall available as well. Turn. Yes. Double attack, that's draw. They played that into our exile. A little loose. Lamps still get better, bigger. He's gonna keep investing in material in order to pick that up with their battle, then I'm fine with making it take longer. Draw your card. We're gonna keep a hold of the herd migration because we want to be able to play it. We'll keep the Spara's headquarter in the hand. Cycle it. Actually just play this. Make a lot of 3/3s. I have a lot of cards in hand. I don't really want to commit all too much. I actually want to play this herd migration, I think. The other reason to play it is so it doesn't get hit with another copy of this invasion. Gobcon? Gobacon? I want to be honest, sounds like a these nuts joke. A lot of power in. Now attacking doesn't feel as advantageous. We flip. A lot of boys to get in. Makes Sunfall a little bit worse. Like, obviously, we don't really want to exile all of our creatures. We're missing land drops. If I can attack, start getting super aggressive. They were forced to attack their lifelinker here. They won't be able to block effectively. Here comes a Kami. Memory to lose. Good draw. Back all out. There's one block. Double block. I don't think they meant to do that. That's been happening a lot. I don't know if it's like people go to block. I don't generally have a whole lot of creatures most of the time to block like that. I've definitely seen a lot of times where people are accidentally blocking the same creature, and I'm not entirely sure why. We're gonna fire off the memory delusion now. In case we find a lay down arms or another ley line binding that we can pick that up. We do not. The wet task because we have a memory deluge. Not necessarily great. We'll pick up another Spara's headquarters so we can cycle it. Yeah, they're only cycle hour. I play my land for turn. We'll have a nice counter spell next turn though. In phase, they find a land. They play in ley line binding. Is that what the hesitation is? I don't think so. Kings of Kieran. Nice. I really enjoy this card. I didn't craft it for the longest time. I'm not even sure if I still have it crafted because I didn't want. It's like one of the good things about how they announced the new rotation of standard is I didn't really want to craft this because I was like, oh, it's going to rotate it sometime soon, and it also might just fall out of play with the next couple sets coming out. But now it's just here for much longer, so I'm like, now do I craft it or do I not? My reasoning's gone out the window. Attack to go to 17, I swing 15. They don't attack. Okay. No attacks, no life. Cycle or land here. Almost forgot to do that. Find and make this appear. Double counter spells. Second herd migration. I think we want to cast Sunfall after this turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are at 22, so I don't find it very likely that we find ourselves dying. Especially with 2 counter spells up. I mean, 2 are like double blocked. I'm not sure if like the AI, I said 15. They traded off one of my creatures last turn. They actually gained life there, but I get to remove their creature at the point. They didn't activate that. I have Memory Lose held up for their end step, and I have 2 counter spells online. I only have 1 online. Just be a little bit careful. Put a counter there. That'll be it. Their invasion, it's flipped into Light Shield Array. Gives hexproof and indestructible. The restoration. Guess we'll go ahead and make this fearless. I'm in a tough spot in terms of attacking. I'm an Emperor. Can I play this and hold up? No. I think I just pass now. I hold these back. They're in attack. They outgain the life. And they get to kill one of my creatures for free. So we won't do anything here. Oh boy. It's become quite the weird grindy game. Whenever a creature enchantment enters the battlefield under control, draw a card. I don't think that's the card I really want to stop here. They'll draw a card. This is, as of right now, just replacing itself. I think I want to counter something a little bit more important on the stack. Calyx comes to mind. Buy another wedding announcement. Like that. Teaching a Karen part 2. I'm going to do both of these, so I will. I'll counter that. Another enchantment to make this grow more. Get more counters on things. Exile creatures, stuff from the graveyard, like our Memory Deluge. Only creature. Not creature card, yeah. Good. Our Memory Deluge. No attacks here. Turn. Briefcase. For the briefcase. Now we have an option to draw 3 with it. So mana source. We have access to everything we had access to before. Attacks again. Same scenario applies. Although we could attack and maybe they would block the Kieran. Trade it off. For whatever reason, but I don't imagine seeing them block considering they would go to 12 if they just block that. Playing around in Gonjo though, maybe. It's flashback. Sure. What is your 2 mana spell? Another Kieran. Okay. Three. Turn enters. Oh. Attack with that. Target my memory deluge. Assume is the target. What's happening? Card breaking? Go ahead and cast it. Fact will fizzle because it'll no longer have a target. I will grab Leyline Binding. Axa. I'll just have a 2/2 attacking, which I'm going to block. There that goes. Come back. Our enchantment went in the graveyard. Not too concerned about it. Of course, what is our plan? We're always binding and get a light shield array out of the way. Or I could just play an Atraxis. I like playing Atraxis. Lay down arms is good. Lay down arms also picks it up. We have another white source that comes in on taps. We do not. Take this spear, Leyline Binding. Another blue mana. Actually, go ahead and take a Yavimaya here, I think. Just come up. There, Yavimaya. And we will go ahead and say go. Become quite the game for whatever reason. One count on a creature. Soon. Goes on the ground creature to kind of diversify. Don't want to put. They already know that this is the target for our spot removal, so why add more to it? The only problem is we're going to get to attempt to Leyline Binding on instep, and then most likely have to sack that, and then we'll lay down arms to the creature. Going to get exiled either way, and then we have a lot coming back. Just permanence. Use your control. Okay. And that's hitting Atraxa. Uh-huh. Yes. What is the 9/9 doing? Is it attacking or is it not? It attacks. Sure. Now we're definitely going to bring back the Atraxa with the Leyline Binding. Before we were going to target that, but now that it's tapped, I'm going to go for the ossification. I have another removal spell for it. Cycle. Atraxa re-enters. Could I have a Faithful Absence or something along those lines? Find the fourth lay down arms. The other two went to the bottom. I don't know. Just grab every single one of these at random, pretty much. This Atraxa just drew 7 cards. Holy cow. That Atraxa is actually kind of crazy. They're at 20 life. Why? I can answer everything and then some, honestly. Looks like I'm just gonna block 3. I have another binding. I do. Attempt to exile this now. They'll crack the array. Being hexproof and indestructible with it on a stack. We'll then ley line binding it right here. Yep. That is indestructible, but that's not going to stop us from going wild. Yes, everything gets killed in this exchange on the lower end. But they're most likely going to block a 3-3 for free while they can. That all happens. Hit, we're at 20 now. Just keep exchanging life totals. Let's get some of these permanents or playable cards out of our hand. We have 3 blue and 3 extra mana, so we can actually keep a hold of most of our counter spells. We'll end turn. Don't really need to commit more. Discard a memory to lose because we always play it later. Herd migration is a little bit redundant here. Restoration not necessarily going to be as good as it could be. And the second copy of the Wandering Emperor. VR discards. Exit over. We now have both our counter spells available. We can always make this appear something, and then we have the strong one to cover up everything in the end. Play it, sack a creature, make them pay for it, and then hard counter the next thing that they do, or hard counter the same spell if they pay the 4. We have it all covered. Okay, post game wrap up for our 4-color changes. This is the 4-color control deck, the one that's been kind of growing a little bit in popularity. It's blue-white, but we get to play a really cool card in Courier's Briefcase that we can actually sacrifice it, draw 3 cards, and we get to flash in our Invasion of New Phyrexia, which has been really nice. I like it a lot, actually. Just another way to kind of close out the game. If you notice, not like the other 4 colors, I have cut Chrome Shark. I kind of went on to say, like, I didn't really enjoy it that much. Like, it's just not a card that I personally enjoy playing. Nor did I really feel that it was needed. I never felt like I had problems closing out the game. But a little bit more problems in terms of just strictly answering a card or being able to find some extra cards to put in our hand. So I cut the 3 of those. And I went... What did I end up doing? I think I added these 2 and a copy of Memory Deluge. Yeah, so I added a strict hard counter spell to pick up maybe like an Atraxa when I can, or some other important things that we need to, like Cruelty to Gix or something along those lines. But this is just a way that even if they find the way of having all the mana, we get to answer it. And then another copy of Memory Deluge. Memory Deluge constantly being able to put extra cards in our hand, filter, be able to pitch it and play it later for its flashback cost if we have to. It's been great. I never really felt like we were out of threats or ways to win the game, so I didn't really miss the Chrome Shark in these couple games that I've played today. But again, small sample size, so take that with what you will. Herd migration tends to just be absolutely cool in this deck. It's a way to gain some life against your mono red matchups, maybe even against mono black aggro or soldiers or spirits, not spirits, but humans. Just different ways like that, and then allowing us to put 5 3/3s in play to bully any deck that we need to. And Courier's Briefcase, like being the green splash and why we're kind of doing this, along with the Traxa, has been really, really nice. Lay down arms is generally always good and online, even though we do play in the island, the swamp, mountain, Boseiju Forest, and 4 Yavamayas that aren't plains. This has always pretty much been big enough to hit what we need. So that's something to think about, that this isn't much of a drawback. Restoration proceeds to add as a really good value card. A couple of times today we didn't really discard anything to replay, but if we had the lands, we did do that. Kind of get to our Atraxas a little bit sooner than our opponent might want us to. Emperor, of course, another value card, always good for pretty much most part. Even against the control matchups, you just try to play it on their end step and just produce as many creatures as you can. Sunfall, our last itch effort in terms of cleaning up a board when we need to, but can also win the game as well with the incubator token being so massive. And a ley line binding. This card's been super cool. Definitely took over modern for a really long time and is still dominating there today, and it is really cool and standard as well. Other than that, a little bit tired, as you might be able to tell. Last night, the weekend started. Fireworks were being shot off everywhere, so I couldn't record yesterday. As loud bangs were just like coming through my mic. That wouldn't be really enjoyable. So wasn't really able to record. So coming out a little bit late, but I hope you all enjoyed. I really enjoyed playing this deck. It's been fun as of late, and I'll see you all around in the next one. Peace.